So children, now we move on to your writing section. We move on to your analytical paragraph. Now this analytical paragraph, what does it talk about? It talks about analysis. Analysis of the paragraph, as whether it's a rising trend, falling. There are certain words which you need to remember beforehand so that they could help you in interpreting that data. You cannot just spontaneously go there, oh ये तो मैं कर लूँगा, ये तो मेरे को आता है. ऐसे नहीं होता है. आपको प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ती है, तभी आप कर पाते हो. राइट? ओके. Now, an analytical paragraph is a paragraph which is written to compare and contrast. See, look at the main thing. You have to you compare and contrast the given data. Now, when you compare and contrast the given data, you have to use certain adjectives. And they will not spontaneously flash in your mind. They won't. You'll have to go prepared with them. You'll have to practice beforehand. The data is generally given in the form of line graph, maps, then there are those bar graphs, which clearly depicts the upward or downward trend. See, whether they are going upward or they are going downward. The use of certain adjectives like, see, now look at these words. I would like you to know them, write them in your registers, remember them. The adjectives like gradual, sharp, steady, significant. The time phrases like at the beginning of the decade, over the period. See, this is again very, very essential for you to know them. At the beginning of the decade, over the period, over the next few days, should be used to describe the trends given in the data. You won't be able to manage your analytical paragraph without these adjectives. You have to use them. The data is sometimes given in the form of a pie chart, also where we can use the phrases like 1/3. See, when the pie chart is there, then you 1/3, 1/4, like 1/3 or majority of or most of. The paragraph should be analyzed in such a manner that it clearly indicates the trends shown in the data. When the data is there, what you have interpreted from that data and the way you put it down, it must very clearly specify it. How would you do it? Again, I am repeating. Making use of adjectives like gradual, sharp, steady, significant, then something like beginning of the decade, over the period, over the next few days, and then something like 1/3, majority of, most of. All these should be there in your copy. Look back into your page and then solve them. Spontaneously, they will not come to your mind. You will have to turn the page, see them, use them, see them, use them. And then they will get registered in your mind gradually. Now, features of an analytical paragraph writing. What are the features? It describes the given chart, table, data, graph, cues. It should be brief and comprehensive. You got to stick to the word limit. You don't have to write beyond that. You don't go on expanding it to 250 words when they've specified your word limit to 100 to 150. Include complete information at the same time. See, be very clear. It should be brief, yet the information should be complete. It's not that brief means you write half of it and the word limit is over, so you leave the remaining information. No. The entire information has to be there. The word limit has to be maintained. You got to be brief, you got to be precise, correct, accurate. Absolutely a perfect answer will come out of you when you have practiced. It should state facts that are provided by the chart. Again, what the chart is telling you. They are asking you to interpret that. They are not asking your general knowledge here and there. It is necessary to make use of simple and accurate language. It should mention figures and quantities appropriately. Whatever figures are mentioned, whatever is mentioned in those bar diagrams, mention it correctly. It's there in front of you. You're not kind of bringing out something from your memory or something. It's there. You've got to interpret that. It is appropriate to use the same tense throughout the analytical paragraph. Preferably make sure that you stick to the same tense when you're writing the analytical paragraph. No personal observations or responses should be provided. Whatever the question may be, maybe it's of your interest, maybe you've just recently read a book on it or read an article on it or saw a movie on it, it is immaterial. We are just sticking to what is given in your that bar diagram or that pie chart. No? It would be preferable to use the passive form of the verb. Now, the do's of effective analytical paragraph writing. What you need to ensure, what you need to remember when you are writing your analytical paragraph. The clear organization of data. The data must have a clear organization. Choice of appropriate words. We've underlined some. More you could add. Have a complete page ready with those words. Choose of appropriate words. Suitable style format should be there. Systematic presentation of ideas with a beginning, middle and end. There has to be a beginning, there has to be a middle. It's not that the end part you're writing in the middle and then the beginning in the end. Don't mess it up. And I know you won't. Focused, relevant, focus on the relevant content. Correct usage of spellings. Spellings must be always correct. Now, how to get your spellings right? One is spellings, whenever you come across some words, whether it's double L or double O or double this, just memorize it, just go through it again. And then what we used to have during our times when we were in school, our teachers would make us write down that correct spelling 100 times. And we would go writing that spelling 100 times, not thinking really good for the teacher at that moment. But yes, later on when you recall, you feel good because they get etched on your minds. Correct usage of spellings. Handwriting should be legible. Be conscious while you are writing. Make sure that the flow of those alphabets is correctly framed. And it's not that if I've had a bad handwriting till now, even till this age, if I want a good handwriting, I can have it. Why not? So you can't say that I'm in class 10th and till 10th my teacher has always told me, oh, you got bad handwriting, you got bad. No, so what? Now I'm going to improve my handwriting. And I will be conscious while I'm writing and I'll make sure that I have a good pen. Good pen I'm saying. I'm not saying expensive pen. Right? Proper punctuations should be there. Grammatically accurate it should be. And the language should certainly be lucid. Now, features of an analytical paragraph writing. It describes the given chart, table, data, graph, cues. These are the features. It should be brief and comprehensive. Include complete information at the same time. See, the same thing we've just spoken about, we've just discussed about it. Needs to be brief. Points need to be complete. Do not miss out on any important information. It should state facts that are provided by the chart, necessary to make use of simple and accurate language, should mention figures and quantities appropriately. It is appropriate to use the same tense throughout the analytical paragraph. It is appropriate to use the same tense. No personal observation responses, preferably the passive format. Alright, let's talk about the solved example now. You are Dr. Nisha, who through a survey caused across the following information about the outbreak of swine flu and the number of lives taken by it. Now, what are we going to provide them? Outbreak of swine flu and the number of lives that have been taken by it. Taking help from the bar graph given below, analyze the data collected in 100 to 120 words. So, this is the percentage of lives taken, and this is the swine flu and its impact. Now, these are your bars. This is Chennai, then this is Delhi, this is Bangalore, and this is Pune, right? Okay. The outbreak of swine flu has proven fatal for many states in India. Fatal, remember, no? The metropolitan cities have been largely impacted by this. Doctors are putting their best foot forward to cure those suffering from this and avoid its spread. The above, see, look what we did in our first 3 lines. The outbreak of swine flu has proved fatal for many states in India. See, outbreak of swine flu, we took it up from the question and then we've seen it in the bar diagram. Metropolitan cities have been largely impacted by this. Doctors are putting their best foot forward to cure those suffering. See this language, doctors are putting their best foot forward to cure the sufferings. All this will come when you go through sufficient number of solved questions. And because it's your own max marks or it's your own book, be comfortable enough to take a pencil and to underline it because you've liked it and you feel that this could be used elsewhere also. The above bar graph, the worst, according to the above bar graph, the worst hit were the people living in Pune. See, the worst hit. See the language. You don't have the maximum, you're not writing down the maximum. Instead of what are you writing down? You are writing down, you're writing down the worst hit. The worst hit were the people living in Pune, where 20% people lost their lives. As many as 15% of the population died in Bangalore. As many as. You're not writing next in number was. First you've written the worst hit were. Then you've written as many as 15% of the population died in Bangalore. Whereas, make use of the connectors, whereas, gradually, therefore, and, but, whereas the death toll, see the word toll we come to is, the death toll was 10% in Delhi. The least hit was Chennai, where the number was only 5%. Overall, the survey of all the 4 cities indicate the outbreak of swine flu in different cities. So, people must take precaution and avoid going to crowded places. So, you see how well it has been framed and how well you will also be able to frame. Trust me, you will be able to do it. Your teacher will not be able to find even a single mistake in your analytical paragraph. She is going to appreciate you. She is going to ask you, come read out this analytical paragraph before the whole class, and you will do it. and I'm sure you'll do it. But what you need to do before that is you need to practice, right? Now, there are some unsolved questions here for you. Now, plastic recycling still has a long way to go. Level of plastic waste in US municipal solid waste disposal 1000 tons. See the landfill, combustion with energy recovery and the recycled. No? So there we have the graph above displays data about the level of plastic waste in US from 1960 to 2015. See how it has gone up. Write a paragraph analyzing the given data in 100 to 120 words. Now, what you need to do here is that, again, you will go back to your notebook, you will see those couple of sentences which are there with you, pick up those adjectives, pick up those, those connectors, and then you begin your answer and then you interpret it. In the year 1916, it was the least, and whereas it went on mounting and was shockingly was the maximum, and this is how you will go around. See, sometimes when it is given it in excess, you don't have to mention right 1960, 1970. You may mention like 1916 to 1980, and then from 1980 to 2000, and then like this. Every bar need not be interpreted. Now, there is another question for you to practice, and practice you will. A survey was conducted among the parents of the school going students. The question asked was, should schools reopen in October as the COVID situation is expected to normalize? The results are shown in the pie chart below. Write an analytical paragraph in 100 to 120 words. Now, see, what the situation is at present is different. The question is asking you about this situation and this. They are not actually asking you what actually has happened, whether they have opened or they have not opened, or what your particular opinion is. No, they are not asking your opinion. They are asking you, they are giving you a question, and then there is a pie chart, and you have to write an analytical paragraph on it. Again, see, a survey was conducted among the parents of the school going students. Now, the question asked was, should schools reopen in October as the COVID situation is expected to normalize? The results are shown in the pie chart. Now, look here. See, these are the different shades here. 1. Do not support reopening. So, how many are the ones who are not supporting? Now, approved reopening of the schools. 33% did not comment. See, so the maximum is those 58% who do not support reopening. Now, you just maybe the fear in the parents, because of the fear in their minds, is kind of, ensuring, making them feel that they must not open. So, the maximum is what? Maximum is, maximum is 58%. So, the maximum is not wishing to support, and a very limited number of parents have agreed, very limited number, just 9%. And then we have certain parents who are neutral, who do not comment, and that happens to be 33%. So, what is your interpretation? Your interpretation is 3 areas. One is about the 9% you have to write down, then you have to mention about the 33%, and then the maximum is about the 58%. So, one are your 4 to 5 sentences here, 3 to 4 in the beginning, and then you just 1 or 2 you would conclude it. Again, we are just sticking to the pie chart and sticking to the information demanded from us and to be written in the analytical paragraph. See now, as for if you look at the previous question, there were number of bars, number of sentences could have been framed. Here we just have 3. We just have to interpret 3 things: 33%, 9%, 58%. And yet we have to bring it to 100 to 150 words. We cannot write less than that. So you have to be smart enough to stick to the word limit, complete the information. Even if it's a lot of information, we still have to bring it down to 100 to 150 words. Not write beyond that. You can't just walk out saying, oh, itni zyada thi, main kya karta, mujhe to likhna hi tha. You know, no. You've got to be smart enough to compress it and bring it to the required word limit. So the analytical paragraph requires certain adjectives, the rise and the fall in the trends, those certain few sentences. You could keep them ready beforehand and you have a whole page written on it, and then practice. You'll have to look back to your page and see those sentences, make use of them, and then frame your analytical paragraph. And I'm sure you're going to be the best, and you will. Sure you will. Right? Thank you. Take care. All the best.